चलिए, let's continue. So in previous class we were discussing about the nomenclature of aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid. तो हम बात कर रहे थे एल्डिहाइड, कीटोन और कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड के नोमेनक्लेचर के बारे में. ठीक है, अब देखिए उसमें हमने कुछ एक्सेप्शंस देख लिए थे. तो एक बार मैं थोड़ा सा लास्ट वाला जो हमने टॉपिक लिया था वहां से स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ, एक्सेप्शन से स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ. इसमें नोमेनक्लेचर के अंदर जनरल नोमेनक्लेचर हमने उसमें देख लिया था. Now right now we are discussing about the exception of nomenclature, and that is, let's see, let me take some examples such as suppose we have CH2, CHO, CH, CHO and CH2, CHO, and next example is like this, CHO and one more example, CH2, CHO, CH2. Okay, just a minute. Yes. Now is it visible? Yes. So there are three examples. Let me write two more examples. और लिख लेते हैं यहाँ पर हम CH3, CHCOOH, CH, then again COOH. And CH2COOH, and one example is like this. इसे देखते हैं COOH and again COOH, and one example CH2COOH, CH2COOH. ठीक है, इन एग्जांपल्स को एक बार हम देख लेते हैं. So let's see the first one. पहले से शुरुआत करते हैं हम. If we see the first example, तो जैसा हमने कहा था आपको कि if CHO group is not included in hydrocarbon chain, अगर CHO group को आप हाइड्रोकार्बन चेन में इंक्लूड नहीं करते हैं, in that case it is called कार्बेल्डिहाइड. Okay, it is called कार्बेल्डिहाइड. So here these CHO, 3 CHO group will not be counted. If there are 2 CHO group, they will be counted in hydrocarbon chain. But if there are 3 CHO group, they will not be counted in hydrocarbon chain. So here we have, this is the longest hydrocarbon chain, and 1, 2, 3. So we can write its name like this, 1, 2, 3, sorry, mate is prop, it is propane, 1, 2, 3, tricarbaldehyde, okay. And this is also an exception. अगर यहाँ पर आप देखते हैं तो CHO group is attached with cyclic chain. Okay, so it will not be counted in this cyclic chain. So that's why it will be again called carbaldehyde. So it will be called cyclohexane carbaldehyde. It will be a cyclohexane carbaldehyde. And if we see the third example, अब यहाँ ये ध्यान देने वाली बात है. If we see the third example, in third example as you can see, we have 2 CHO group, and this 2 CHO group will also be counted in longest hydrocarbon chain. So this will be the longest hydrocarbon chain like this. This will be the longest hydrocarbon chain, and the counting will start from 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now it has 5 carbon, so its name will be mate 8 prop bute, pent. So it is pentane, and then 1,5-di-L. Okay, it is 1,5-di-L. So if in any hydrocarbon chain, if there are 2 or less than 2 CHO group, then these CHO group are included in hydrocarbon chain and they are named as L in the L. And if there are 3 or more than 3 CHO group present in a single hydrocarbon chain, they are not included in chain and they are called as carbaldehyde. Okay, just remember this. Okay, let's see the next example. Here again we have 3 COOH group, 3 carboxylic group. So again we can say these 3 carboxylic group cannot be counted in a straight single chain. इसमें count नहीं किया जा सकता. So they will be excluded. And the longest hydrocarbon chain will be like this. This will be the longest hydrocarbon chain, and the counting will start from this side. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and its name will be, as there are 4 carbon, then it is butane 1, 2, 3 tricarboxylic acid. Tricarboxylic acid. Okay, let's come to the next. In this example, as you can see, we have 2 COOH group. Okay, and we also told that if there are 2 CHO group or COOH group, they are present in a cyclic chain. अगर cyclic structure पर present है, in that case they will not be counted in a cyclic structure. Okay, so they will be considered as carboxylic group only. So this is cyclohexane and 1, 2 and 3. So their position is 1, 3. 1, 3 dicarboxylic acid. Okay, 1, 3 dicarboxylic acid. But here we have only 2 CHO group, COOH group. So if there are 2 carboxylic group present in a chain, so both the carboxylic group will be counted. Okay, the carbon of there will be counted. So यहाँ पर देखिए, their longest chain will be like this. This is the longest hydrocarbon chain. Okay, and we will count from here 1, 2, 3 and 4. And this methyl group, this is the methyl group. This methyl group is present at 3rd carbon. Okay, 3rd carbon. No. Actually, counting is wrong. We will start counting from other side. Because here we have COOH group and CH3 group. Both the groups are present from this side. So we will start our counting from this side. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. So CH3 group is present at 2nd carbon. Then it will be named as 2-methyl, as methyl is a prefix, 2-methyl bute, and then single bond are there. So butane 1,4-dioic acid. Now it is oic acid because there are 2 COOH group. If there are 3 or more than 3 COOH group, they will be considered as carboxylic acid, not oic acid. Okay, so I think it is clear to you. Chaliye, let's see other example. Okay, now sometime it happens that these three functional group, aldehyde group, carboxylic group and ketonic group, they can be together, एक साथ हो सकते हैं. तो in that case how will you decide the priority order and how will you name them? So that is also very important. वो चीज भी समझे. So suppose we have 3 groups. One is ketonic group, second is aldehyde group, that is CHO group, third is carboxylic group. Okay, so if we are using them as suffix, then ketonic group will be on. Okay, it will be used as Al, or carboxylic group will be used as oic acid. Okay, but when they are used as prefix, जब आप इनको prefix की तरह यूज में ले रहे हैं and they are getting less priority, in that case their name will change. The ketonic group will be called as prefix. Prefix की तरह जब इसको यूज में ले रहे हैं, it will be keto और oxo. इसको keto या oxo कहते हैं. Aldehyde group will be called aldo. ठीक है, और it is also called formyl. It is also called formyl, and this is in this case COOH group will be the most priority group. So it will not be used as prefix. इसको prefix की तरह यूज में नहीं लेंगे. And the priority order is like this: CO group will get the least priority in the out of 3. CHO group will get the more priority than CO, and then COOH group will get the highest priority. Okay, so let's see some examples. Let's see some example. चलिए, so first example is CH3, CH2 and CO, CHO. Sorry, CH2, CO, CHO. Okay, so just see this group, this compound. In this compound, you have one is aldehyde group and another is ketonic group. Okay, so how will we name them? As we can see that CHO group get the highest priority and it is also at the corner. So we will start our counting from here: 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, and ketonic group and aldehyde group, out of them ketonic group will be prefix because it is of less priority, इसकी priority कम है, तो जो कम priority का है that will be used as prefix. और जब आप prefix की तरह ketone को use में ले रहे हैं, you will call it ऑक्सो और कीटो. तो अब आप इसको कीटो या ऑक्सो कह सकते हैं. तो इट इज प्रेजेंटेड थर्ड कार्बन, तो 3 ऑक्सो, ओके, और कीटो भी कह सकते हैं. एंड देन मेज इज प्रोब्यूट पेंट, इट इज पेंट एंड देन सिंगल बॉन्ड्स आर देयर, पेंटेन, एंड CHO group will be used as L, pentanal, as it is at first carbon, so I have not mentioned the position. Okay. Sometimes it happens that some of other functional group of least priority are connected with them, तो उनको भी हम लोग ध्यान रखें, अलग से नेमिंग कर सकते हैं. जैसे एक चीज और बता दूं आपको, सपोज वी हैव OH ग्रुप, NH2 ग्रुप, तो इस OH ग्रुप इज ऑफ हाईएस्ट प्रायोरिटी देन इट इज ऑल. बट अगर ये लीस्ट प्रायोरिटी वाला है तो उस कंडीशन में इट विल बी कॉल्ड हाइड्रोक्सी. ध्यान रखें, इसको हाइड्रोक्सी भी कहा जा सकता है अगर ये एल्डिहाइड के साथ में है तो. एंड अगेन इफ वी हैव NH2 ग्रुप, इट इज एमाइन, बट इफ इट इज प्रेजेंट विद हाईएस्ट प्रायोरिटी ग्रुप देन इट विल बी एमिनो. इसको एमिनो कहा जा सकता है. तो एक एग्जांपल और देखते हैं. लेट्स सी वन मोर एग्जांपल. CH3, CH2, COH, H and CHO. You can see here, इसे भी देखें आप. So in this example, as you can see, we have aldehyde group of highest priority in this group and CHO group, OH group of least priority. So it will be used as hydroxy here. इसको अब आप hydroxy, ठीक है, इसको आप all नहीं कह सकते. all कब कहेंगे? जब ये सबसे ज्यादा प्रायोरिटी वाला ग्रुप हो. ठीक है, उस कंडीशन में मेन फंक्शनल ग्रुप की तरह यूज में आ जाएगा. नाउ इट विल बी यूज्ड एज प्रीफिक्स. तो इसकी पोजीशन मेंशन कर दें आप, कहां पर है ये. तो इट कैन बी यूज्ड एज 2 हाइड्रोक्सी मेज 8 प्रोब्यूट देन ब्यूटेनल. ओके, 2 हाइड्रोक्सी ब्यूटेनल, इट विल बी कॉल्ड 2 हाइड्रोक्सी ब्यूटेनल. यस, तो इसको एक बार रफ कर रहे हैं, फिर आगे बढ़ते हैं. Yes, let's discuss about the isomerism shown by these compounds. Okay, so let's see. First we will start with aldehyde and ketone. Okay, basically aldehyde and ketone have some of the properties which are very similar to each other and their preparation methods are also similar. So that's why we will study aldehyde and ketone together, and after completion of aldehyde and ketone we will continue with carboxylic acid. Okay, so first we are starting with aldehyde and ketone. Let's see aldehyde and ketone. First we are discussing about aldehyde and ketone. So the first point which we are going to discuss about aldehyde and ketone is the isomerism. Okay, let's see the isomerism. ठीक है. So isomerism shown by aldehyde and ketone is, first isomerism is chain isomerism. Okay, chain isomerism is also shown by aldehyde and ketone because aldehyde can have a longest chain which can be of different structure, such as suppose we have CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2 and CHO. So this is main is probutane. This is called pentanal. Okay, but pentanal can be written as CH3, CH3, CH2 and CHO. It can be written as, so here we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 methyl butanal. It can be written as 3 methyl butanal. Okay, so these two compounds are isomers of each other. These two compounds are isomers of each other because their molecular mass is same. Okay, their functional group is same. Both have aldehyde functional group, but their structure of chain, okay, structure of chain is different. So as the structure of chain is different, so that's why both are example of chain isomers. ठीक है, both are example of chain isomers. दोनों आपस में एक दूसरे के chain isomers के example हो सकते हैं. ठीक है, सिमिलरली वी कैन सी द एग्जाम्पल इन कीटोनिक ग्रुप. कीटोनिक ग्रुप में भी आप देख सकते हैं सच एज CH3, CH2, 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 CO, CH2 and CH3. This is one of the compound. So this chain can also be molded. इसको चेंज किया जा सकता है. It can be written as CH3, CH3, CH2, CO, CH2 and CH3. Now both are ketone, both have same molecular formula because same number of carbon are in both of ketonic group and their molecular mass is same, but the hydrocarbon chain attached with ketone is different. So here we have made H from but and butyl group is attached, and here isobutyl group is attached with ketone. So that's why both are example of chain isomers. ठीक है, both are example of chain isomers. So chain isomers is not as important as functional group isomers is. So now we will discuss about the functional group isomerism. So let's see functional group isomerism. Just a moment. Okay, let's see the functional group isomerism. Functional group isomerism. Actually functional group isomerism is shown by aldehyde as well as ketone. Both shows the functional group isomerism. If we take the example of ketone, suppose we have CH3, CO and CH3. Again we have CH3, CH2 and CHO. Now we can write the molecular formula of them. We have 3 carbon, we have 6 hydrogen and we have 1 oxygen in ketone. Just see it, we have 3 carbon, 6 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. So in both the compounds the molecular formula is same. But the functional group is different. Here the functional group is ketonic group, here the functional group is aldehyde group. So both the compounds are functional group isomers. So both are example of functional group isomers. So that means aldehyde and ketone are functional group isomers. Okay, तो एक ये आइसोमेरिज्म भी शो करते हैं, ये चीज ध्यान रखें. चलिए, now let's see the next thing which we are going to discuss is the nature of CO bond in aldehyde and ketone. Okay, next we are seeing nature of CO bond in aldehyde and ketone. Okay, in aldehyde and ketone we will see the nature of ketonic bond. Okay, how it is made up of. Let's see. If we consider the CO, अगर हम CO को consider करते हैं, let's see. So here this carbon is sp2 hybridized because it has one pi bond, one sigma bond, and we know that if any carbon containing one pi bond, it is sp2 hybridized. So as it is sp2 hybridized, that means it has one unhybridized p orbital. This carbon has one unhybridized p orbital, and this oxygen also has one unhybridized p orbital. Let's see and draw the diagram. Okay, so we have one carbon and one oxygen. So carbon has 3 sigma bonds, 1, 2 and 3. And as we know that one pi bond is there, and pi bond is formed by the lateral overlapping of p orbital, unhybridized p orbital. So we have one p orbital here and one p orbital with oxygen. And when these two p orbitals overlap with each other, they will form a bond. When these two orbitals will overlap, they will form a pi bond. So ये pi bond की formation करते हैं. But we know that this oxygen atom is more electronegative, electronegative. So as it is more electronegative in comparison to carbon, the electron density of pi electrons will shift towards the oxygen. It will shift towards the oxygen, and it will be like this. It will be like this. इस तरह से होगा. This electron density will shift like this. This electron density will shift like this. इस तरह से electron density shift हो जाएगी. So as you can see that the whole electron density is attracted towards the oxygen. It is attracted towards the oxygen. Oxygen की तरफ attracted है. So that's why this oxygen will gain partial negative charge, and the carbon will gain partial positive charge. This oxygen will gain partial negative charge and carbon will gain partial positive charge. And one more thing, due to the different charges, different poles have been made. Here one is negative pole and another is positive pole. And because of the formation of different poles, the compound has become polar, and this bond has also become polar. This is polar bond. ठीक है, this is polar bond. So we can say that in carbonyl compound, carbon and oxygen bond is a polar bond, and this compound is polar compound. Carbonyl compound is a polar compound. So in this polar compound we have two sides. One is electronegative and second is positive. So negative side is a side attacking side for electrophile, because we know that electrophiles are electropositive. So this side will attract the electropositive attacking species, and this side will attract the electronegative or nucleophile attacking species. So we can say this side, this is attacking side for electrophilic species, or electrophilic species means positive species will attack here, and this carbon, as it is positively charged, so it is attacking site for nucleophilic attacking species. Okay, nucleophilic attacking species. So I think this idea is clear to you, कि how the carbonyl group is present and how there is a differentiation of charge in carbonyl group. So let's see again the preparation method of ketone and aldehyde. Okay, तो इसको रख कर रहे हैं. अब जरा इनके preparation method के बारे में हम बात कर लेते हैं. Okay, let's see some preparation method of aldehyde and ketone. Preparation method of aldehyde and ketone. Okay, aldehyde and ketones के लिए हम preparation method की बात करते हैं. If we are discussing about the preparation method of aldehyde and ketone, so most of the preparation method are common for both. ठीक है, दोनों के लिए सेम है, because both shows most of the similar chemical properties. तो यहाँ पर देखते हैं, पहले कॉमन मेथड देख लेते हैं by which we can form aldehyde as well as ketone, जिससे हम दोनों की फॉर्मेशन कर सकते हैं. So let's start with ozone by first preparation method is by ozonolysis, of alkenes के ozonolysis से. So how can we form aldehyde and ketone by ozonolysis of alkenes? Let's see. Suppose we have an alkene like this, CH2 double bond CH2. This is ethene. Ozonolysis means we react with ozone and ozone decomposes, then form the desired product. तो यहाँ पर देखिए we react it with ozone O3. When it react with O3, this double bond will be break like this. इस तरह से डबल बॉन्ड ब्रेक होगा and this ozone, oxygen atom of ozone will form bond with these broken bond. तो यहाँ बॉन्ड ब्रेक हुए हैं, उनसे जो ओजोन है, the oxygen of ozone will attach and it will form a compound that is called ozonoid. एक ozonoid compound की formation करेगा. Let's see कैसे, देखिए. Suppose we have CH2 and CH2 and I have broken these two bonds. So 4 valencies will generate, one from here, another from here, one from here and one from here. These are the 4 valencies. And these 3 oxygen will attach with it like this, 1, 2, 3. Okay, all the valencies are satisfied and we know that oxygen forms 2 bonds. Okay, so there are 2 bonds with oxygen and carbon form 4 bonds. So 4 bonds are there with oxygen, carbon. So this compound is called ozonoid. This is ozonoid. So this ozonoid is not a stable compound. When you heat it with zinc and H2O, it will decompose. It will decompose like this, or it will break down like this. इस तरह से ये break down हो जाएगा. If it break down like this, you can see it will form HCHO. CH2O means HCHO. So there will be 2 molecules of HCHO. It is called formaldehyde. That means we can form formaldehyde by ethene during ozonolysis. ठीक है? This is the first. Second reaction is, can we make acetaldehyde by ozonolysis? Yes, we can make acetaldehyde. If we take one CH3 group here, then the product will be acetaldehyde. Let's see. Suppose we have this alkene, CH3, CH double bond, CH and CH3. Okay, and we just go on with ozonolysis. So in this ozonolysis, this bond will break again the same way and it will form ozonoid like this, CH, CH, CH3, 4 valencies will be free like this. ठीक है, and the 3 oxygens of ozone will connect themselves like this. They will connect like this. Now we can break it. And form acetaldehyde in presence of zinc and water. This ozonoid will break down and it will form CH3CHO. Again CH3CHO. That means here we will get 2 molecules of CH3CHO. And what about this oxygen? This oxygen will combine with zinc and it will form zinc oxide. Again zinc oxide. So it will also release as a byproduct. So by this method we can form acetaldehyde. So is there any method by which we can make ketone? Yes, we can form ketone if we take 2 CH3 groups with 1 carbon. Let's see, number 3. CH3, double bond, CH3 and CH3. Okay, this is alkene. What is the name of this alkene? It is 2,3-dimethyl butene. Okay, or just react with ozone, it will again form ozonoid. Let's see how this will form ozonoid. These 2 bonds will break and it will form CH3O like this, again CH3 and CH3, one oxygen is here. This is also ozonoid, and this ozonoid will break when it reacts with zinc and water. Then it will break like this and form two molecules of ketone, CH3COCH3. It will form CH3CO, two molecules of ketone, and plus ZNO. We can write ZNO here. So this is acetone. So by this method, and this is acetaldehyde. ठीक है. By this method we can form not only formaldehyde, acetaldehyde, but also we can make ketone. Okay, ketone can also be formed by this method. This is the very simple method by which we can form aldehyde and ketone. Let's go ahead, आगे चलते हैं. Okay, let's move on. And the second method for preparation of aldehyde and ketone is the oxidation of alcohol. Okay, let's see oxidation of alcohol. How oxidation of alcohol can be carried out? It's very simple thing. Actually what happened, let me tell you one thing. If we have alcohol and if it undergoes oxidation, then first alcohol change into either aldehyde or ketone. But if it further oxidizes, then it can be changed into carboxylic acid. So you have to remember one thing. If you take a strong oxidizing agent, then alcohol can directly change into carboxylic acid. But right now our aim is to form aldehyde or ketone. So we need not to use strong oxidizing agent. We will use a weak oxidizing agent which can change only alcohol into aldehyde or ketone. Okay. So how can we form aldehyde and how can we form ketone? Suppose if we have 1 degree alcohol like CH3, CH2OH, and we use a weak oxidizing agent. Weak oxidizing agent can be PCC. PCC can be used as a weak oxidizing agent, and the full form of PCC is pyridinium chlorochromate. Okay, it is pyridinium chlorochromate. It is C6H5N HCl-CrO3. It is called pyridinium chlorochromate, and it is a weak oxidizing agent. So in presence of PCC, it will release the oxygen, and using this oxygen, this PCC and two hydrogen will release from here, and reacting with oxygen, it will form CH3, PHO and water. So this is the oxidation. So here the alcohol, 1 degree alcohol has changed into aldehyde. And suppose we have 2 degree alcohol like this, CH3, CHOH and CH3, and it undergoes oxidation in presence of PCC. Okay, in presence of PCC. So again it will release 2 hydrogen, and these 2 hydrogen will reacting with oxygen will form water, and now we have CO only. So it will change into ketone. But remember this thing, we require only a weak oxidizing agent. It is a weak or mild, you can say mild oxidizing agent. Okay? Only weak or mild oxidizing agent can stop the reaction up to aldehyde or ketone. In case we use the strong oxidizing agent, then the final product will be carboxylic acid. Such as if we take KMnO4, K2Cr2O7, HNO3. So these are the strong oxidizing agents. So we always avoid these strong oxidizing agents for these type of reaction because they will directly form the carboxylic acid. Yes, ultimately they will be used in carboxylic acid formation, which we will study further. Okay. So I think the time is over.